For Alara, a young city barista, every single day was the same. Grind beans, force a smile, wipe sticky tables, repeat. Her life felt like a lukewarm cup of coffee she'd left on the counter too long, predictable and going nowhere fast. She dreamed of a life with more excitement, the kind she only found in the worn-out paperbacks stashed under the counter. But one day, a man in a suit that cost more than her car hands her a single, crisp envelope. That envelope wasn't just a letter, it was a shot of pure chaos about to be poured into her life, changing her destiny forever. The letter feels heavy, sealed with a wax V she doesn't recognize. Inside, the dense legal jargon is a blur, but a few words jump out. Arthur Vance, grandfather, and sole heir. Arthur Vance, the reclusive billionaire whose face she's only seen on magazine covers, was her grandfather. And he's gone. But the shock of having a secret family is nothing compared to the will. He left her everything, the entire Vance fortune, a number with so many zeros she thinks it has to be a typo. But of course, there's a catch. A condition so weird, it feels like a puzzle from beyond the grave. To get a single dollar, she has to live in his ridiculously lavish penthouse apartment for 30 days and 30 nights. The problem isn't the five-star lifestyle. It's her new roommate, the one person Arthur Vance publicly disowned, his grandson, Julian Vance. Their first meeting is a collision. Julian stands in the doorway, a perfect picture of arrogant beauty and pure disdain. He looks at Alara's worn-out cardigan and sensible shoes like she's something he needs to scrape off his designer ones. To him, she's a gold digger, a nobody who somehow scammed a dying old man. To her, he's everything she can't stand, a spoiled, privileged brat who was handed the world and threw it away. The air crackles with instant hate. He sees a con artist, she sees a walking red flag. Neither of them have a clue they're looking at their future. The 30 days don't start with a handshake, they start with a silent declaration of war. That penthouse becomes a gilded cage, a sprawling battlefield of marble floors and resentment. The first few days are basically a masterclass in passive aggression. Julian blasts his weird, jarring music late at night, a direct attack on her early-to-bed barista schedule. So, Alara gets her revenge by waking up before dawn, making the high-end espresso machine screech its morning battle cry, filling the air with the smell of coffee he supposedly hates. He leaves his expensive clothes thrown over furniture like he's making some kind of artistic statement. She, in turn, gathers them all into a neat, passive-aggressive pile right in front of his bedroom door. They're like two storms colliding, his chaotic entitlement versus her quiet, stubborn principles. They argue about everything. How to load a dishwasher, the temperature of the apartment, the very air they have to share. Could you be any louder? He'd sneer while she's organizing the spices. It's a penthouse, not a library, she'd shoot back, slamming the paprika into place. He loves a life of careless waste. She loves a life of careful intention. He thinks her very presence is a final insult from his grandfather. And for her, Julian is a constant, irritating reminder of all the opportunities she never got. They're just circling each other, waiting for the other to crack first. Just when it seems the Cold War will go on forever, tiny cracks start to appear in the ice. It starts one night when Alara, completely defeated by the ridiculously complex smart home system, can't even turn on her bedroom lights. After an hour, she swallows her pride and asks for help. Julian, after a few dramatic sighs and eye rolls, fixes it in 10 seconds flat. But then he actually pauses. He shows her how to do it, and for a second, the usual mocking tone is gone. It's a brief truce that leaves them both a little confused. A few nights later, a real storm rages outside. A loud clap of thunder wakes Alara up, but it's a different sound that pulls her out of her room, a muffled cry from Julian's room. Hesitantly, she creeps to his door and finds him tangled in his sheets, pale and woken up from a nightmare. For just a second, the arrogant mask is gone, replaced by a raw, unguarded vulnerability. He mumbles something about his grandfather, a closed door, a shattered violin. He doesn't see her, but she sees him. Not the jerk, but a boy who is deeply hurt. She backs away, her pure hatred now mixed with an annoying flicker of compassion.